Hey man, it's your boy LitoDaChosen1. You tune in with the Backyard Conversations with Ultra Dream Production Network. Let's get it. I'm originally I was born in Hialeah Hospital, but I'm originally from down south from Miami, from Homestead, Florida. That's originally where I'm from. Sure, I ain't gonna lie. That's a hard one. I don't know. I don't know what people think about me. I really don't be caring. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a hard one. I don't know, maybe sometimes people be thinking I got a sucker on my forehead. I don't know. People be trying to sometimes, sometimes you can be too nice, too kind, I guess. Some people take that junk for a weakness. I ain't gonna lie, boy, that's just life-changing, man. It's life-changing. I ain't gonna lie, it's real life-changing, man. It's different, cause, before I had a kid, I used to do whatever the hell I wanted. I ain't care about no repercussions. I ain't care about no consequences, no nothing. Whatever happened, man, I eat that. You feel me? It don't matter. But when you have a kid, it's different. So you got to think about everything you do, because every single thing you do now, it doesn't just affect you. You feel me? You could take it yourself, but can your kid take it? That's the thing, because everything you do affects them also. You get in trouble and you get locked up or anything, you're away from your child. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a move that's going to require you to move. You might have to move away from your child now, and your child's not going to see you. You know what I mean? Anything you do, your kids look up to you at the end of the day. We're almost like in a sense, a form of like a god to our children. So they look up to everything we do. So it makes a big difference in my life having a kid. Yeah, I believe honestly, like, love still exists. I believe it's always going to exist. You can't really take love out of existence or anything like that. But what I feel like nowadays in the generation or whatever, I feel like people just got a misunderstanding of what love really is. You feel me? People be mistaking love with things like, I don't know, somebody giving you something materialistic or some type of feeling that they try to like associate it with or some junk like that. Or, stuff like that. But really, that's not really love. Love is something that's very long term. Love is patient and all that. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't find it out here, man. Everybody too caught up in all type of other bullshit. So that's what I think about love, though. It's definitely out here, though. Alright, so it's a long story, but I'm gonna try to make it short. Alright. So before I ever casted any models, did any video production, did anything period on music videos, I was an extra at first, but I wasn't really like a extra. Like, I wasn't getting paid. I ain't really know about nothing, you feel me? I was just like, at the time, I used to just be trapping and shit, and I knew somebody. I had a mutual friend of somebody who worked with 100K, and they used to invite me to some of the music videos. Like, I got invited to King Von, the Asian the Brat Dog music video. I ain't make it to that one, though. They invited me to one of Young and A's videos. I got invited to, Gucci Man, DJ Chose. I was in that video. Couple of it, they just invited me, like just on some free joke or whatever. So I remember one day I went to this was random, but I went to church, and it was like the first time I went to church in like over like a year. Like, I was just trapping at the time and shit. I wasn't really thinking about none of that. But I remember I went to church one day, and it was crazy because around this same time, like, I had it was this girl who was claiming a kid on me. So I remember around the time I was praying, like 3 days leading up to that day I went to church, I was praying. I was asking God, like, God, let me know this my shit. Like, this my shit, then I'll, take care of whatever, get prepared, save money, whatever I gotta do. But if it's not my shit, I need to know, so I cut ties with this female, whatever. So I was praying on that. So the third day, literally, I was having a fast about that note. I went to church, and when I go to church, they call people up for the, people to come up to the front, get prayed for, whatever. So I went up. I was one of the people, I needed prayer, so I went to the front and I got prayed on, but then they send you to this back room. So when you go to this back room of the church, it's a big church called King Jesus Ministries. It's in Kendall. It's like big as hell, like a university. So once I got in the back room, it was like a couple ministers, like one pastor in the front, a couple chairs and Joe, like, we go back over there for them to pray again, but this time it's more like an intimate type of thing. Like, they talk to you more one-on-one. So as the guy was praying and everything, I was literally in the front row. I had my eyes closed. I hear buddy praying. I don't know this guy from a can of paint or anything. So I had my eyes closed. I just hear him praying. As I hear him praying, I hear him getting closer to me. And then it got so close to the point where I could hear him like right directly in front of me. So when he was right directly in front of me, I could hear his prayer go from like one of them prayers like like for everybody in general to like, it felt like he was just talking to me. Like the man started bringing up, the fact that my dad isn't there. He started bringing up a couple things, but the thing that he said that caught my attention, he looked at me, he said paternity. And that shit just blew my mind. I'm like, what the hell? He was talking about me being a father and all this other stuff and this and that. He was talking about paternity testing. And it's crazy because when the happened was the paternity test came in through the court to find out I wasn't the father of the kid. But that's not the only thing he said. Right after he said paternity, he looked at me, he said, God says you're gonna be in the music industry. You're gonna be in the music business. And he said you're gonna move at such a speed that people are gonna look at you and they're gonna wonder, how are you able to sit at the tables you're sitting at and be around the people you're around? And it's all gonna be for the glory of God. I remember that's what he said. And right after he finished praying for me and everything, it was one of like the music people in the back playing a little piano, a young dude. He came up to me right after and he was like, oh, like, my fault, bro, I didn't want to stop you when you walked in and everything because, everybody was praying and all that, but I want, like, the moment you walked in, I honestly, like, it was like the moment you walked in, all I kept hearing was music. I just kept hearing music, overplaying everything. I just kept hearing music when I seen you. And that was literally November 2020. I got the exact date in my phone, but it was November 2020. And December 30th and 31st was the first time I ever got to cast a book a model from nothing. I just seen the casting director stressed out. His models canceled on him. I knew females at the time. I didn't know the next day it was going to be for NLE Chopper. And after that, everything just took off. 2 years now. And like that man said, bro, I done worked with some of the biggest celebrities, man. I done videos with DJ Khaled, Wu-Tang, Rick Ross multiple times, Future. I done been around other big celebrities, big time Spanish Latin singers who done been hit the billboards. Anuel, Farruko, Luis Fonsi. I done been around like some of the biggest productions too. And all within the first year, I did a lot of that. Within the first year, so it was just crazy. It was just show like, like when God tell you something for real, like he mean it. You feel me? So that's how I ended up getting into casting, directing, and being a video producer. I mean, not too crazy. I don't know, it just be the same old normal shit. Clients, some, the other rappers having guns and all type of other shit all around them, being in certain type of hood settings and stuff like that. I done seen clients riding a horse through the hood. I don't know, it's not really too crazy like that I could think of. You know what I'm saying? Nothing out the normal, like normal, typical stuff you see. Nothing as of yet. Damn, that's hard. I'm trying to think. Favorite artist to work with. Damn, boy, you asking me these questions that making me think hard. I don't know. I can't think of nobody off the top of my head. Straight, but I can't like pinpoint like one super cool nigga like I can't think of nobody. They all just whatever in a way. Honestly, in a lot of ways, I do feel like it is evil. Just because of just a lot of the things that they allow. You know what I mean? Like when you think about entertainment and everything right now, what's been taken over lately. Like, I was born in '93, so when I was younger, I came up watching certain different other type of music videos. Like even if they was always kind of talking about the same things, this and that and all that, it wasn't so much different. Like, like it wasn't as aggressive. You know what I mean? Not everybody was as aggressive back in the day. Like back in the day when I was young, we had Lil Bow Wow and Romeo. You know what I mean? Those were the only kid rappers we had. Nowadays, it's like you find a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid talking about killing, selling drugs, smashing on little girls and all other type of shit. Like, the labels be quick to put a bag behind it. I did a music video for a kid I didn't even know was 13 years old. I seen the kid in person. The little kid got tattoos on his neck, talking wild, reckless out his mouth, but this is the image and everything that they be pushing, that they be ready to put a bag behind, they ready to promote, and it be grown-ass men smiling about this, happy and all that. And it be ignorant me sometimes because I'm like, damn, like, how we feel comfortable promoting this shit? Like, this is somebody's son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this somebody, Like, I don't know, man. It just be crazy sometimes. I be looking at it, but like, I definitely believe that the industry is evil in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people who was ran behind, all the different conspiracy theories you be hearing and everything, and not even just conspiracy things. Again, just what what you blatantly see. They put it out there. All the female music artists that they have coming out, all them talking about twerking, finessing niggas out of money. Oh, don't give up no pussy, nothing that they ain't spending the bag, this and that, all the same time. It's the same message over and over and over again, getting worse and worse and worse. And even with the male rappers, everybody talking about killing, everybody talking about smoking smoking this person, everybody want to kill somebody, everybody want to have guns. It's getting worse and worse and worse over the years, bro. Like, to the point I don't even like letting my kid listen to the radio and none of that, y'all. Like, it's just crazy, but do I believe the industry's evil? Hell yeah. A pro and a con? I mean, there's a few pros. One of the pros about being a casting director, of course, being able to be a casting director and being able to submit models and this and that, you're able to put people on positions in a way. Sometimes you're not always in the place to actually book them, but just having the power to be able to submit them and get them, to get their face to the directors, the labels, or whoever else, whoever may be choosing them. That's a good pro. You can put people on sometimes from that. Not just that, but another pro from being a casting director is just, whether it's the models, the actors, the extras, all of that plays a big part in the vision. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bringing the whole piece together. So that's one of the pros. One of the cons is just having to deal with so many different personalities. That's the one thing. Dealing with personalities, dealing with egos, having to deal with people who sometimes they can't be patient and understand when you work with a label sometimes that, bro, you gotta wait for that check. If I ain't get paid, how you want to get paid sometimes? It's just a lot. You have to deal with that. And then sometimes you never know when a person, they want to come get booked. Like this, for example, like especially with females, because I book models all the time. Like it be girls they be swearing they finna mess with me or they finna baby their way into me, like booking them this and that. Like that's not how it work. Like you gotta watch people, because then people come out of nowhere and this and that, and it's like sometimes that junk could be stressful, sometimes it could be aggravating. Like that's really one of the cons about that junk that I can't stand, is having to deal with personalities. Like sometimes it's aggravating. For 2023, to be honest, one of my biggest goals is to really branch more into a director's side. I want to eventually more and more start learning, better equipping myself, pushing myself more to, start making whatever moves I gotta make to start going in that direction eventually, because I love producing, I love casting and everything, but being a director overall is kind of like what's kind of like in my nature. Even when I be on set, I do more than, I could be just there literally I just brought a car and somehow I'm like assistant directing. I turn into producing. I don't, and that's never, that don't even be what I come for sometimes. Like it's just in me, you know what I mean? That's one of my goals. Another goal, I want to brand myself a little more this year, you know what I mean? Brand myself, let people see more and more about who I am, my personality, where I come from, my story. My testimony, because everybody got a story, you know what I'm saying? Everybody came from somewhere, everyone started somewhere, so I really want to show people that show them that you can literally start from nothing, start from scratch, and literally you can make it in the door. Like I'm blessed, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I definitely want to show more this year. That I also want to get more organized. I want to, upgrade my brand also, you know what I mean, as far as what is my websites, my booking information, even commercials. I'm gonna have commercials coming out this year, really showing people more what I really do, because you can go on my page and you can see me posting pictures with celebrities, you can see behind the scenes, but sometimes some people still be wondering exactly what it is I do. So this year I really want to branch that out a lot more to everyone. I ain't gonna hold it. Yo, one person, I don't even want to say too much on this camera, bro. Whoa, one nigga thought he was finna play with me. Boy, let me just tell you this. I got that money. That's all I'm gonna say. I got paid. I ain't gonna even speak on that too much, but y'all better not ever play with me. You better give me my damn money. That's one thing I'm gonna say for real. Don't play with me about my bread. But Nah, besides that one person, nobody ever like really tried to like not pay me. There's one artist, I ain't gonna say his name, like Jit tried to get off FaceTime with me with a manager. He tried to be rude at me, come at me crazy, and I had to check him real fast. And then he one of them little trolling type of artists and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you know he not like that. He get exposed all the time on the internet. And the man tried to like big up on the phone with me, talk crazy about my model. I had to check him like, hold on, bro. Like, I ain't just one of these random ass little street niggas who just bring females to shoots and trying to get on and be cool with your hoe. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. Like, I do this as a profession. I take care of my mother. I take care of my people. Like, you know, I had to check him. And when I did, like, but he corrected himself and he sent that bread and he booked me twice after that. He ain't never played with me again. So, you know, I feel like it's just, some people would try it. People definitely gonna try it sometimes. And if they feel like they can try it on you, they gonna try it. But at the end of the day, you gotta put your foot down. You gotta be serious. You gotta stand on that. You gotta stand on that. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know what it is. But you ain't going for it. I ain't going. Honestly, it's just God, bro. I really believe it's just God because, you know, anybody who really does know me from my past and knows me from like, you know, what I really used to do before I got into this, because I've only been in this for 2 years, exactly 2 years now. And, you know, I was always a hothead before. So, you know, dealing with personalities, egos, and, you know, people who try to like step on you or talk down on you on the set or whatever the case may be, it's just like, one of the things that helps me is, like I said, is God, me being humble and just understanding that, you know, for me personally, this is it. Like, this is my life. This is my career. This is my everything. If I lose this and I don't have this anymore, I'm going back to the streets. And that ain't what place I'm trying to go, you feel me? That's the place where I try to leave. And, you know, I thank God that he blessed me to come out of that and to put me into a place where I can make money legally. You feel me? I can do something that my kid can be proud of, my family can be proud of, my peers can be proud of, you feel me? And I had to worry about police behind my back or, you know, somebody trying to rob me, kill me for whatever reason. I ain't got to worry about it like that for the most part. So, you know, I love what I do. And sometimes when I do get high-headed, sometimes when I do get mad or get frustrated and I do be about to snap and let people have it and feel like I'm about to crash out, I just stop and I think like, damn, is it really worth it? Like, you can snap on this man right now. You can grab this person by their neck right now. But once you do that, like, is it worth it? Is it going to be worth you losing potential customers? Is it going to be worth it people not want to work with you because they're going to be scared of you thinking you're always going to be like this or whatever? You know how people like to paint pictures. Man, I just had to tell myself it's not worth it. I have to outweigh everything. So that's really one way how I keep level-headed, you know, just remembering, you know, God blessed me with this, so take care of it. Remembering where I came from, and then also thinking about my daughter, you know what I mean? So that's what keeps me level-headed the most. It's hard, but it helps. For sure, for sure. Man, that boy got me trying to name drop, man. Boy. I ain't gonna lie. There's no artist right now I won't say I won't work with. It was some at one point I wouldn't have worked with. But, you know, as of right now, I'll work with anybody so far. There's nobody who's really like got me to that limit that I'll just say like, fuck nah, I ain't working with that. Like, you know what I mean? The only artist I probably wouldn't want to work with right now probably just be, I don't know, probably just 6ix9ine because he's annoying as hell. That's probably the only person I won't work with. He legit annoying, you feel me? He had like a bug sometimes, so I just probably won't work with him. But besides that, bro, I don't really got no problems working with anybody left. I'm open to all checks, you heard me? All checks. So, yeah, that is very, very important. That makes some of the biggest difference because when I be on some of these sets, sometimes when I was first coming in, like, I would look at, you know, some of the models or some of the actors and people that are cast, and I'd always think like, man, like, you know, like, it wouldn't be that sometimes, you know, they weren't good looking or whatever the case is. It's just like, I understand that every video, every song, like, it has to have a certain, like, image, vision brought to life. And sometimes certain looks, it just don't fit. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, I be at some sets and it'd be these other agencies and people that be like just casting a whole bunch of like, you know, BBL girls or girls who you could tell are just dancers. They're probably not models, they're just dancers. And sometimes they don't even really look good. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the faces don't be matching and this and that and all that. people just be trying to go for body sometimes, and that stuff don't always be important. Like a lot of times you have to have the face card. Sometimes, the colors got to match good with the themes and everything. Sometimes you have to have a girl who can give a certain type of unique look to go with the song. You know what I mean? Like even to match the artist. So all that stuff plays a big important part when it comes to like just visionary. You got to be a visionary to really see it and really understand it. That's how I feel about that. Definitely, most definitely. I mean, I believe that the eyes and the ears are like the gateways to your heart. The gateway to your soul. So that's whatever you constantly watch. You know what I mean? You don't even realize that stuff could like in a way it could stick with you. You know what I mean? It could be a certain image that you watch over and over that you'll start to believe it, or you'll start to believe that that's the only thing. Like it's like even the image when it comes to like people living in like low communities or in the ghettos or in the projects or anything like that. Some of them only see negative images, and just watching only negative images or only hearing negative type of things is always going to keep you down. You know what I mean? Because you're going to start to believe that that's all you can achieve, that that's all you'll ever be able to see is what's around you. So I believe that stuff is very, very important. I did a video shoot. I was doing behind the scenes for a video shoot for a Christian hip hop artist named Ashton Hill. I was with my brother D's production, and we was in one of the worst projects in every city. We was in Lincoln Field projects, and we was out there. We was right there in the projects. You see everybody out there, see dope boys right there around the corner in the apartments. Doing what they doing. You see everybody outside smoking. Whole bunch of kids riding around. And they riding around in the scooters and bikes and everything. And when they heard the song, the music I was playing, that was different and everything. Like, they came, the kids was intrigued. They came, vibing. They wanted to get in the video. They ride in the circle. They did a whole complete little unison circle. Like they was going like, not unison, but like, that's the word, unison. Like when they going like in one motion, like, I don't know, they was just ripping, and the kids was ripping in the video. And after we finished, we prayed with all of them. Like we got in a big circle. We prayed right in the middle of Lincoln Field Project while everyone was watching. And that was deep. That was real, like one of the most important like shoots I've ever been at, because them kids might not ever see that again. It might not be another artist who might come through and be willing to pray with them, bless them, put money in their pocket and, drop some gems on them or something. They probably not used to hearing. They probably always seeing, the same old imagery, you know what I mean? So that stuff does play a big important part. What you see and what you hear definitely impacts. That's one thing I'll say for sure. I don't like pie. Nope. Unless it's pecan pie. But I'll take it with some milk. It gotta be almond milk though. Throw the whole meal away. Like I done heard the girls dipping French fries in their vanilla shakes and all that, but boy, you got children covered French fries. That shit's nasty, girl. Get out of here. That's ratchet. Oh, boy, all the time. When we see me in videos, well, I made the whole acting real. You know what's crazy? It's so funny, man. Like when I was younger, cause I'm 30 now. I just turned 30. So when I was younger in high school, I remember I tried out for the drama club because I wanted to be an actor. Wow, I was so lame, boy. I was lame as shit. I couldn't dance for nothing. I couldn't sing. And then when I tried to act, I tried to do a whole improv, like ball up the whole script and try to throw it away and make it while I was doing it. I missed that shit. Boy, I was so lame. They never called me back or anything. And, I left that alone. But, my confidence was way different back then. Just being confident in who I am and this and that, not caring what other people think and all that is way different now versus back then. So, when I be on these sets and everything and, they be needing actors, I throw myself in or I say, hey, I'll get in. They be like, yeah, we're cool, go ahead. Because, when I started this, people don't know. Before I started like casting and everything, they used to invite me as an extra. So I used to come as an extra to these shoots and everything, and I used to just be there in the background, but acting, nah, I love acting. I could see me acting in some shows. I could see me acting in movies. I've been in multiple music videos and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure. All that shit demonic. Nah, let me stop. If you're talking about music, no. But when you talk about the music industry itself, the music industry that's out here, I believe so, cause like I was saying, I mean, you see what they promote the most. You see what gets the most views, what gets the most budget. You know what they allow more now on YouTube. You could have a video of kids with guns and everything and all that other type of stuff on Instagram. They won't flag it or nothing, but you try to promote something positive or this and that, or you talk about a certain thing or whatever, they flagging you. They flagging you for inappropriate. You can't post it. You can't say that or whatever. Or even when it came down to like police brutality or anything, you start talking against it, they flagging you, they this and that. But you can post guns, you can post this and rap music videos and this and that. That joke's stupid. Well, most definitely. You know, right now I just been like really just focused on just focused on getting my career, going more and more, just getting my career together, getting all my finances together, getting myself together spiritually and mentally, just to be in that place, to where, yeah, when I'm ready, when I'm gonna get married, I don't got time to be out here playing with nobody. I don't play with people like that. I mean, for me personally, like, whenever I'm in an actual serious relationship, I mean, the things I always consider and everything, I always try to consider the other person, like, let's say, for example, I'm dating a girl, right? And I know her favorite color is lavender, and I know she likes flowers. I'm gonna put it on myself every once in a while to go out and get them flowers for her that's in her favorite color. Just to show her that I was listening. I heard you when you say this is your favorite color. You know what I mean? Or even, you just really gotta pay attention, to be honest. I feel like the little things matter the most. You know what I mean? Like when you pay attention to, when you show her that you pay attention to her, when you show her that you care about the things that she cares about, when you show her that you're interested in, what she's interested in. What matters to her, what's important to her, what's not important to her, what hurts her feelings, what triggers her. You know what I mean? Just things like that. I feel like, if you pay attention to those type of things and you put thought into what you do and you really just, you just show that you care, I feel like for the most, man, I feel like anybody will be happy with that, to be real. Whether it's a woman or man. Even for me myself, if a woman shows me that she considers the things I think of and, what bothers me and this and that, what I like and don't like, that'll keep my attention definitely on the woman. So yeah, for sure. Next to work on something, but honestly, that's not the lane or anything I want to go on. I try to keep things professional until like a certain extent. Like, yeah, some of the videos I do, they may be twerking and this and that and all that type of stuff. But eventually I do plan on getting away from that, from the twerking videos and all this and that. Like, I want to be more commercial, more. Cause my kids look at what I do. You know what I mean? It's different. It's not like when I was trapping, I used to hide it from my daughter. Now she's real in tune with my career. You know what I mean? She be bragging about me to school. So I think about that. I got a little girl, a little 10-year-old daughter who I want to raise into a woman and stuff. Now, just me and her mother, just raising her into a woman and stuff. I think about these things. So it's like, I try to stay away from certain things that I don't want my kids to see me doing and think that it's okay. You know what I mean? So OnlyFans, adult entertainment, all that stuff, man, that's a no-no for me. And eventually I'm gonna stop all the twerking videos. That's straight up. There's a whole bunch of them clowns. I don't know. I wouldn't appoint nobody as the president of the internet. Only person who I'll say be breaking the internet like that here and there be NBA Youngboy. That's it. Like, every time he posts, people go crazy and be dropping on the mat. And I post for a long time, boom, he posts, boom, everything going crazy. Millions of views, all type of junk. There's a couple people who be on the internet, man, but that's probably pretty much. The message to get to my fans, man, make sure whatever it is that you're doing, it's what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever compare yourself to nobody else. Don't ever look at what another person is doing and, just feel low about yourself or anything. Whatever it is that God blessed you to do, whatever he gifted you to do, is for you. You know what I mean? And nobody could take that away from you. So remember that, love yourself, be confident in yourself, be confident in who God made you. And make sure wherever you're walking in, make sure it's your purpose, make sure it's your lane, make sure it's your passion. And if you do that, ain't no way it could fail, you know what I mean? And just for right now, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be having a lot more content, gonna be dropping more reels. Gonna be having some commercials coming up for, my production side, my casting side with the models. And yeah, just stay tuned till you see me start directing. I ain't finna release the name yet soon, but there's gonna be a production company coming up soon for me. So y'all just stay tuned for sure, for sure.